a little bit earlier, I was explaining a little bit about the playground, and it I forgot to mention the seriousness of the playground. There are wars fought on the playground. When I step on the playground, cause it depends. Sometimes I'm Thunder Boy when I come to the playground. Then other times I'm Lightning Girl. It all depends. Either way, I am the law on the playground because I know how to properly use the law on the playground for everyone. Okay? That's why I was giving the power of thunder or lightning, depending on if I'm lightning girl or thunder boy. So I come on the, I swear, like it's so I still remember so vividly everything. I haven't been on any of the familiar playgrounds with the familiar troops. But I know they're still on their playgrounds and they're keeping out there. But yeah. The most important thing about the playground for me is to remember. See, I have to remember. I have a duty on that playground, and I have to always remember. I gotta remember. No matter what. No matter what, Sherman. You got to strut. And I have to always remember also that, on the playground, I'm a target. Because, the kids, they're like, look at him. Look at him. He's an adult running around on the playground. But he's a little kid too. He is a little kid because I could beat him up. I've beaten him before. I've thrown him across a field. I grabbed this man and I threw him. So he has to be a kid too. That's what they conceive about me on the playground. And I can't say that they're wrong. I can't say that they're wrong. But I can't say that they're wrong. What I can say, though, is that I am a target. And if I wasn't such a strong person, I wouldn't like the playground. I wouldn't like the playground if I wasn't such a strong person. Because the kids are mean. It doesn't matter which playground you go to either. That's one fact. See, a lot of things that parents don't understand is that your kid has so many different dimensions and sides to their personality. One or two of them motherfuckers, they keep hidden from you. They don't show you. They keep like one or two of their personalities completely hidden from you. You don't see this shit. Because they fear that if you did see this one or two personality of themselves, they would become in trouble. So they learn from very early ages to cover shit up. And personality is just one of the first things they pick up on with that type of stuff, covering up stuff. And yeah. And and when they get away from you is the only time that these sides of themselves can actually be free, can actually get air, can actually be out of that cage. So you got to know that these sides are a little more animalistic than what you're used to out of your child, because number one, it's a trait of theirs that they've already identified not good for the public. They're hiding it. They've already came to grips with, you're not gonna work out. You are a part of me. We're together, but you are not gonna work out there. So I'm gonna keep you in here. Boom. That's number one. That puts this trait of themselves in more of an animal setting than human. Your child has already denied this trait of them. Human food. You eat like an animal, hidden, tucked away in a cage. You can't eat. So you got an animalistic trait building up. Well, we have animalistic natures, period. But this specific trait that they're hiding or covering up begins to take on more of an animalistic nature. And then after that, now when it carries on to the fact that they keep this trait of themselves tucked away so well that they realize the only time to feed a piece of them is away from you. So as soon as they're away from you, they're feeding. Feed. Eat. Eat. And as they're feeding this trait, obviously this trait is, probably really greedy because it's constantly starved. So it gets out to eat and it is out there. It is very, and that goes along with the stories of, when, we leave our children at school, or we leave our children at daycares or with family members, and then they come back with these horrific stories of some creature from the night that they're saying is your child. And you're like, that's not my child. What are you talking about? Get the hell on. Get on. But they're saying it was them. They caught them, Maybe it wasn't, but maybe it was. And if it was your child, they were probably just feeding their animal that was starving to death. And it's not even an animal, it's a piece of themselves. So, those sides of the child, though, that one that's tucked away, it really gets to run free on the park, in the playground. That's why when kids get around other kids playing and stuff, shit could get really mean, because that tucked away shit, now that the adults are away and it's just them in their world, that shit comes out. And in their world, that shit comes out and it looks very ugly in that world of the playground. When you got a little kid, looking over his shoulder to make sure there ain't no adults around, and then he notices all the other little kids around him and immediately goes to start hitting and shit. You know what I'm saying? Automatic. Oh, there ain't no grown people? There's a bunch of little kids here with me? And this kid is a little kid like the rest, but that's not how this child sees themselves. They see themselves as an older, adult-like kid, and these are children the same age. These are little kids. I'm about to go smack them up, pow, to demonstrate my power and dominance over this group of like figures like myself. That's what I'm supposed to do. I'm smack, pow, pow, go beat kids up for nothing. It looks really nasty in the playground world, but yeah, like I said, at those younger ages, you really had to keep things sacred. That has to be a holy place. That should be the church. That should be where church is, a damn playground. And there shouldn't be no damn old nasty creatures. Excuse my language. No offense. But there shouldn't be no nasty ass old man running around. Talking about, I gotta be left alone with your kids. You gotta leave them here. So I gotta get the hell out. I'm gonna get it done one way or another. No, no, you nasty old man. No.